the Land of Lincoln honor flight taking off to Washington, D.C. this morning. ABC News Channel 20's Alicia Lewis live at the Abraham Lincoln Capitol Airport now with details. Morning, Alicia.
Hey, good morning. Excitement is high here at the Abraham Lincoln Capitol Airport, where veterans from World War II, the Korean War, and Vietnam are all waiting to board the 27th honor flight. I'm joined by World War II veteran Richard Johnson. Now, Richard, are you excited for today?
I'm scared to death.
Now, Richard's story is astonishing. He was a Marine for the Montford Point Marines. He was an African-American Marine during a time of war and a time of segregation. Now, here is the story.
None of us could get into the branch of service that we wanted because of the segregation.
After being denied into the U.S. Marine Corps in 1942 because of the color of his skin, Jacksonville resident Richard Johnson was later drafted on his 18th birthday in 1943.
President Truman had proclaimed that if you were drafted, you could go into volunteer for any branch of service. So at that time, I volunteered to go into the Marine Corps.
Johnson is just one of an estimated 20,000 African-American Marines who received segregated basic training at Montford Point Camp.
Marines at that time, they were hostile too because we were in their service.
Like many of the African-American soldiers, Johnson was fighting two wars, one for his country and the other against discrimination.
It didn't seem that you were serving our country because there was hostility every place we went. You sat in the back of the buses in the southern part of the United States. You couldn't go into any of the restaurants and things of that sort.
Finishing his service in 1946, now 88 years old, Johnson is just one of 18 World War II veterans who will be aboard the 27th Land of Lincoln honor flight, which honor flight Vice Chairman Adam Leisman says the organization has added an additional 400 veterans since they merged with the Effingham honor flight.
Because we had so many veterans that were added to our list, and especially a lot of World War II veterans, that we wanted to make sure those veterans made it out to Washington, D.C. as soon as possible, and so we added that August 26th flight onto our list.
One of the highlights for many veterans is the coming home ceremony, something Johnson never received, but he soon will.
When I got out of service, I just came home, you know, and then there was no welcoming home or things of that sort.
Richard actually received a gold medal of honor in 2012 with hundreds of other African-American Marines. Now, Richard, what was that like for you?
Well, I received, through the efforts of Congressman Schock, I was in the hospital when everybody else went to Washington, D.C. So he arranged a ceremony for me that was held in Jacksonville, Illinois, at the AMFET post.
All right, and you're excited to go to Washington today again?
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it again. Thank you so much for your service, and have fun today.
I'll do the best I can.
All right, the welcome home ceremony will actually be taking place here tonight at 9 o'clock. The public is welcome to attend, so definitely come wearing your red, white, and blue. Reporting live at the airport, Alicia Lewis, ABC News, Channel 20.